There's a moment in every trader's journey that nobody talks about. It's not the moment you blow your first account. It's not the day you discover your first strategy. It's not even when you finally understand risk management. It's the moment right before everything clicks. The stage where most traders give up, just inches away from the breakthrough they've been desperately seeking. Picture this. You've been trading for months, maybe even years. You've read the books, watched countless YouTube videos, and studied every chart pattern imaginable. You know support and resistance like the back of your hand. You understand candlesticks, moving averages, and all the technical indicators. Your demo account looks decent, your backtesting shows promise, but something is still missing. Every time you go live with real money, the wheels fall off. You know what you're supposed to do, but you can't seem to do it consistently. One day you follow your plan perfectly and make money, the next day you break every rule and give it all back. You're caught in this endless cycle of hope and frustration. 2 steps forward, 3 steps back.
Sound familiar? This is the hidden stage that separates those who eventually succeed from those who walk away forever. It's the psychological valley between knowing and doing, between understanding the game and actually playing it well. Most traders mistake this stage for failure. They think they're not cut out for trading. They believe they need a new strategy, a better mentor, or maybe trading just isn't for them. But here's the truth nobody wants to tell you. This stage isn't a sign that you're failing. It's a sign that you're evolving. Every consistently profitable trader has walked through this exact valley. The difference is they didn't turn around and go home when it got uncomfortable. Let me paint you a picture of what this stage really looks like. You wake up with good intentions. You've got your trading plan written down. You know exactly what setups you're looking for. You open your charts feeling confident and prepared. Then the market opens, and within minutes, everything changes. A setup appears that looks almost perfect, but something feels off. Your plan says wait for confirmation, but your gut screams that you're going to miss the move.
You hesitate. The market moves without you. Now you're frustrated because you had the right idea but didn't act on it. So when the next setup appears, you jump in too early, trying to make up for the missed opportunity. This trade goes against you immediately. Now you're down money and emotionally rattled. Your next decision comes from a place of anger rather than analysis. You either revenge trade to get your money back, or you become so scared that you can't pull the trigger on legitimate opportunities. Either way, you end the day feeling defeated, questioning everything you thought you knew about trading. This cycle repeats day after day, week after week. You start to notice patterns in your behavior, but you can't seem to break them. You know you shouldn't move your stop loss, but you do it anyway when the trade goes against you. You know you should let your winners run, but you close them early out of fear that profits will disappear. You know you shouldn't overtrade, but boredom and frustration push you to take setups that don't meet your criteria. What makes this stage so brutal is that you can see the solution, but you can't execute it. It's like trying to thread a needle while your hands are shaking. You have the skill, you have the knowledge, but something inside you keeps interfering with your performance. That something is your untrained psychology.
Most trading education focuses on the technical side, how to read charts, how to identify patterns, how to calculate risk and reward. But very little attention is paid to the mental game, the part of trading that actually determines whether you succeed or fail. Your strategy might be profitable, but if your mind isn't aligned with your plan, you'll find ways to sabotage yourself every single time. The hidden stage is where your psychology gets tested under real market pressure. It's where you discover that knowing what to do and actually doing it are two completely different things. Your emotions, your ego, your need for certainty, your fear of being wrong, all of these psychological factors come crashing into your logical trading plan like waves against a seawall. During this stage, you'll experience every emotion the market can throw at you. Fear when you should be confident, greed when you should be patient, hope when you should accept reality, frustration when you should stay calm. These emotions don't just affect your mood, they affect your decision-making process. They cloud your judgment and make you act in ways that contradict everything you know about good trading. Here's what most people don't understand about this stage. It's not random. It's not bad luck. It's a necessary part of your development as a trader. Think of it like learning to drive a car. You can study the rules of the road, understand how the engine works, and memorize every street sign. But until you get behind the wheel and experience the pressure of real traffic, real speed, and real consequences, you're not really a driver. Trading is the same way. You can understand every technical concept perfectly, but until you felt the sting of watching your account balance fluctuate with every tick, until you've experienced the temptation to break your rules when real money is on the line, you're not really a trader yet. You're still a student. The hidden stage is your graduation exam. It's testing whether you can maintain discipline under pressure, whether you can stick to your plan when everything inside you wants to deviate, whether you can accept uncertainty and still make decisions, whether you can handle being wrong without taking it personally. Most traders quit during this stage because they interpret the struggle as evidence that they're not good enough. They see other traders posting profits on social media and assume everyone else has it figured out. What they don't see is that those same traders probably went through the exact same psychological battle. They just didn't quit when it got difficult. The traders who eventually become consistently profitable understand something crucial about this stage.
They realize that the market isn't their enemy. The market is just a mirror reflecting back their own psychological state. When they're disciplined, the market rewards them. When they're emotional, the market punishes them. The market doesn't care about their hopes, fears, or financial situation. It only responds to their actions. This realization is both humbling and liberating. Humbling because it means you have to take full responsibility for your results. You can't blame the market, the broker, or bad luck. Liberating because it means you have complete control over your success once you learn to control yourself. The hidden stage is where you learn this control. It's where you develop the ability to separate your emotions from your decisions, where you build the mental muscle to stick to your plan even when every fiber of your being wants to do something different, where you learn to trust your process more than your feelings. But here's the cruel irony of this stage. The closer you get to breaking through, the more intense the psychological pressure becomes. It's like your mind is testing you one final time before it allows you to succeed. This is why so many traders quit right before they would have made it. They're literally inches away from the breakthrough, but the pressure feels unbearable. The traders who push through this final test emerge as completely different people. They don't just become profitable traders, they become mentally stronger, more disciplined, and more resilient in every area of their lives. Because once you've learned to control your mind under the intense pressure of live trading, everything else feels manageable by comparison. The breakthrough doesn't happen like a lightning bolt. It doesn't arrive with fanfare or celebration. It's quiet, almost anticlimactic. One day you sit down at your computer, open your trading platform, and something feels different. Not the charts, not the market, not your strategy. You feel different. You place a trade and instead of your heart racing, you feel calm. When the price moves against you slightly, instead of panic, you feel nothing but patient observation. You're not gripping your mouse, refreshing your screen every few seconds, or mentally rehearsing what you'll do if the trade goes bad.
You're just watching, waiting, trusting your plan. This is the moment most traders never reach because they quit in the valley. They never climb high enough to see the view from the other side. But for those who persist, for those who refuse to surrender when the pressure peaks, something magical happens. They stop fighting the market and start flowing with it. The transformation isn't just about trading better, it's about becoming a different type of person. You start making decisions from a place of logic rather than emotion. You become comfortable with uncertainty because you've learned that uncertainty is where opportunity lives. You stop needing to be right about every trade because you understand that being consistently profitable is more important than being perfect. Your relationship with money changes too. You stop seeing your account balance as a scoreboard and start seeing it as a tool. Each trade becomes less about proving something to yourself or others and more about executing your edge with precision. You realize that the money was never the real goal anyway. The real goal was becoming the type of person who could handle the responsibility of making money consistently. But even after you break through, the market continues to test you.
It throws curveballs, creates situations you've never seen before, challenges your assumptions. The difference is that now you have the mental framework to handle these tests. You've built psychological muscle memory that kicks in automatically when pressure mounts. You start to understand why so many traders quit right before success. The hidden stage feels like walking through a tunnel with no light visible ahead. You have no idea how much further you need to go. Every step feels like it might be wasted effort. The temptation to turn around and try something else becomes overwhelming. But breakthrough requires you to keep walking, even when you can't see the destination. The traders who make it through develop what I call quiet confidence. Not the loud, boastful confidence of beginners who think they've figured everything out after a few lucky trades. This is different. It's the calm assurance that comes from having survived your own worst instincts multiple times and emerged stronger. They stop seeking external validation for their trades. They don't need to post screenshots of their profits or brag about their winners. They don't get defensive when others question their methods. They trade quietly, consistently, without drama or fanfare. Their confidence comes from internal scorekeeping, not external recognition. This quiet confidence extends beyond trading into every aspect of their lives. They become better at handling stress, making difficult decisions, and staying calm under pressure. They've learned to separate their identity from their results, which makes them more resilient when facing challenges in any area of life. The hidden stage also teaches you something profound about time and patience. In a world that demands instant gratification, trading forces you to think in longer time horizons. You learn that real success compounds slowly, that sustainable profits come from consistency rather than home runs, that patience is not just a virtue, but a competitive advantage. Most people want to compress time to find shortcuts to success, but the hidden stage cannot be rushed or skipped. It's a necessary passage that transforms you from someone who knows about trading into someone who can actually trade. The time you spend in this stage isn't wasted. It's an investment in becoming the type of trader who can handle larger accounts, bigger positions, and greater responsibility. The irony is that once you break through, you realize the struggle was never really about trading at all. It was about becoming disciplined enough to follow rules even when emotions scream otherwise. It was about developing the patience to wait for quality opportunities rather than forcing trades. It was about building the emotional stability to handle uncertainty without falling apart. These are life skills disguised as trading skills. The market becomes your teacher, your therapist, and your toughest coach all rolled into one. It shows you every weakness you have, every emotional blind spot, every area where your discipline breaks down. But if you stay in the game long enough, it also shows you how to overcome these weaknesses. The traders who survive the hidden stage emerge with something more valuable than profits. They emerge with unshakable self-knowledge. They know exactly how they react under pressure, what triggers their worst decisions, and what conditions allow them to perform at their best. This self-awareness becomes their greatest edge because it allows them to design their trading around their psychology rather than fighting against it. They learn to recognize when their emotional state is compromised and have the discipline to step away rather than trade through it. They understand that not every day is a trading day, that sometimes the best trade is no trade, that protecting capital is more important than making money on any given day. Most importantly, they learn that consistency beats brilliance every time. They stop trying to be right about every market move and focus on being consistently profitable over time. They understand that trading is a marathon, not a sprint, and they pace themselves accordingly. The hidden stage teaches you that your biggest enemy isn't the market, other traders, or even bad luck. Your biggest enemy is the part of you that seeks comfort, certainty, and instant gratification. Trading success requires you to become comfortable with discomfort, to find peace in uncertainty, and to delay gratification in service of long-term goals. This internal battle is what makes the hidden stage so difficult and why so many people quit right before breakthrough. They're not just learning to trade, they're learning to override millions of years of human evolution that programmed them to seek safety and avoid risk. They're rewiring their most basic instincts about money, security, and success.
But for those who persist, for those who refuse to quit when the pressure becomes unbearable, the rewards extend far beyond financial gain. They become mentally stronger, more disciplined, and resilient. They develop skills that serve them in every area of life. They join the small percentage of people who have learned to thrive in uncertainty rather than merely survive it. The most tragic part of the hidden stage is how close you actually are to breakthrough when the urge to quit feels strongest. Your mind tricks you into believing you're moving backward when you're actually on the verge of everything clicking into place. The psychological pressure intensifies because your subconscious knows change is coming, and change feels threatening, even when it's positive. Think of it like learning to ride a bicycle. Right before you master balance, there's that terrifying moment where you're wobbling, feeling like you're about to crash, every instinct screaming to put your feet down and stop. But if you can push through that moment of maximum discomfort, suddenly everything smooths out. The wobbling stops, balance becomes natural. What felt impossible seconds earlier now feels effortless. Trading works exactly the same way. Right before consistency becomes your default state, your mind creates maximum resistance. It throws every emotional curveball it can to test whether you're truly ready for success. This is where your commitment gets tested at the deepest level. So if you're in that hidden stage right now, if you're feeling like nothing is working despite knowing what to do, understand this. You're not broken. You're not incapable. You're exactly where every successful trader has been before breakthrough. The pressure you feel isn't proof that you should quit. It's proof that transformation is happening. Don't let the final test defeat you when you're this close to becoming the trader you've always wanted to be.